Good morning, 8th grade. Today we're going to continue with Unit 6. Let's study lesson number 3, pronoun case. We're going to use as a reference pages 308 to 310 of your English book. Let us begin. Subject and object pronouns. Pronouns have different forms called cases that show whether they're being used as subjects or as objects. We're going to go through a couple of rules. The first one is that pronouns used as subjects or as predicate pronouns, which replace predicate nouns, are called subject pronouns, and they are in nominative case. In other words, guys, subject pronouns are going to be in nominative case. Subject pronouns can be in the subject part of the sentence or in the predicate part of the sentence. Remember that a sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. Let's look at the first example. I love art. The subject pronoun is I. Now, let's look at the second example. A great artist is he. Now, you're going to ask me, how can I know if a subject pronoun is going to be in the predicate part of the sentence? Well, when you identify a linking verb. Remember that a linking verb links the two parts of the sentence, the subject and the predicate. I'll give you examples of linking verbs. For example, the verbs to be. Is, am, are, was, were are linking verbs. So in this case, is to be redundant, a linking verb. So you have to use a subject pronoun. Let's go to the second rule. Pronouns used as direct or indirect objects or as objects of the preposition are called object pronouns. They are in objective case. So object pronouns are going to be in objective case. And they can be used as direct or indirect objects or as objects of the preposition. Let's go through the examples. The first example, art fascinates me. Look for the verb. Fascinates what or fascinates who? In this case, me. So we're looking at a direct object. B, I'll lend him 2 brushes. Let's look for the verb. Lend what? Brushes to whom? Him. Him being the indirect object. And the third example. These 2 are for him. What word do we have before him? For. For is a preposition. So in that case, we must use an object pronoun. In this case, him. Okay, let's go on. Here we have a chart that says subject and object pronouns. Nominative case, which are subject pronouns. Objective case, which are object pronouns. Remember that subject pronouns can be in the subject or the predicate part of the sentence. We admired Kara's artwork. We in the subject. The artist was she. Why are we using she? Because we are using a linking verb, and the linking verb is was. When we have a linking verb, you must use a subject pronoun, okay? Objective case. Kara called us. In that case, a direct object, okay? Called what? Us. Or who? Us. She showed them her work. Showed what? The work. To who? To them. Them being an indirect object. And the third example, they are pleased with it. With is a preposition, so we're using it as an object of a preposition. So we have to use a object pronoun. Okay. Now, let's go to pronouns in compounds. What happens when I have a compound pronouns, okay? we must make sure that we're using the correct pronoun. If the pronoun is in nominative case or if the pronoun is in objective case, it depends on the sentence. Let's go through the examples. In the case of compound subjects, Tom and she designed the sets. We're going to use subject pronouns. He and she designed the sets. We're going to use subject pronouns again. Now, what happens when they are in the predicate part of the sentence? Compound predicate noun or predicate pronoun. The designers are Tom and she. Why am I using Tom and she and not Tom and her? Because we're using a linking verb. And the linking verb is, think about it, exactly, is are. So Tom and she when we are using a linking verb. The designers are he and she. Why am I using he and she and not him and her? Because we're using a linking verb. And what is the linking verb? Are. Okay. Let's go to objective case. Compound direct object. The artist drew Len and her. Okay. We're using it as a direct object. Drew what? Len and her are the direct objects. Remember that you can have more than one direct object in a sentence. The artist drew him and her, and we're using them as direct objects. Compound indirect object. We gave Sue and him a sketch. Gave what? A sketch. To who? To Sue and him. Okay, so we're using them as indirect objects, so we're going to use object pronouns. We gave her and him a sketch. Again, we're using them as indirect objects, so we're going to use an object pronoun. Let's go to the next. Let's do the try it out. My friends and the options are I, me, admire Anna Pavlova's career. Okay, I'll give you a couple of seconds so you can think about the answer and then I'm going to give you the answer. So the correct answer would be my friends and I admire Anna Pavlova's career. Why am I using I? Because I am using a subject pronoun. We're in the subject part of the sentence. Okay? Mr. Armando is strict, but now we appreciate him more. Think about the answer. I'll give you a couple of seconds. The correct answer would be him. Why are we using him? Because in this case, appreciate, and we're using in the predicate part of the sentence, okay? There's no linking verb, and if it's in the predicate part of the sentence, we're going to use this as an object pronoun. So in this case, him. 3. She, her, and her partners practice constantly. Think about the answer. She and her partners practice constantly. Why am I using she? Because it's in the subject part of the sentence. I hope you understood, guys. If you have any questions, please use Google Classroom. Okay? Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye.